Yo, 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 what's up? This is John from Church Innovation College in the Peach capital of the state. All right, let me tell you something. I get all these people sending me messages, which is great. I welcome them, asking me questions. How do you do that? How do you do this? How do you do that? Man, I don't see how you do it. I don't see how you keep doing what you're doing. You've lost so much, and you just keep going, man. Well, here's the thing. Yep, that's right. But it's hard. It's hard every single day getting up. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Yep, I've been thrown some curved balls. I've been thrown some knuckle balls. I've been thrown some sideways balls. They even throwed the bat at me from the daggone dugout. Here's the thing. So, January 2019, we lost our little boy. All right? And it's hard. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. We got two other boys, and we love them and treat them just as much, even more now. And I see people talk about, worried about what somebody up the road's doing, worried about what somebody down the road's doing, worried about this, worried about who's on this, and worried just all into everything else other than what they need to be worried about. Worried about somebody at the road talking about them. Worried about who's talking to who's dating who. He broke up with her and he's with her and she's with him, and he left him and he's with him and she left him and she's with her. Who cares? Who cares? People are going to do what they want to do, and people are going to talk about you. People are going to put you down. People are going to try to run you in the ground. The world is against you every single day. If somebody tells you that it's not, either they're delusional or they have no idea where they at. So, each day you get up, you're going to get thrown curveballs. You can smack them out or you can strike out. But you know what? If you strike out, it's okay. Because if you give up and don't keep pushing forward, and you give up on what you want or where you want to achieve, then you never really wanted it anyway. But if you try to do something without putting God's first, you ain't going to get it anyway. Now, am I the most righteous man in the world? No. Nope. Never will, never claim will. Never will you hear me claim I am. Never. But I will tell you this. I don't sugarcoat stuff. I tell it like it is. You either like me or you don't. That's okay. It's fine. But not everybody deserves to be in your presence. It's like I tell my students in the past, and I tell people, the last 5 people in your phone that you've texted and messages and all that good stuff, if they're not uplifting you and putting you up to the next level, then get rid of them. They're toxic. Plain and simple. Life is too short. Every moment counts. Time is non-refundable. Today is Sunday. Today, when I go in the house and I take a shower and I lay down and I watch some crime shows, and I'm not talking about the fake ones, I'm talking about the real deal, Lucille. When I sit and watch those shows, all those people on those crime shows, the real shows, they thought they had all the time in the world. Just like that I thought that I would grow old and my 3 boys would marry and have kids and I'd be a grandpa, a great grandpa. That don't happen. That don't happen. The natural order of things that we think that we're supposed to outlive our children, and our children are supposed to outlive us, and they're supposed to bury us. That's the natural order. I don't know where somebody said that was the natural order, but that's not the natural order of things. The order is whatever the big man up the sky, that's the natural order. When the book was written, your story was always already written. Now you make choices and you're responsible for that way. But if I'm supposed to get run over by a herd of buffalo in the middle of the town and get struck by lightning and get drug off by cheetahs, and hyenas are supposed to eat me in the bottom, and they're going to throw my bones at elephants and spin around. If that happens, don't say, good God, I don't know why in the world that happened. Just say, well, in the book of life, that's the way the big man upstairs wrote it. And it is what it is. I hope I took a couple with me. People that throw stones at you to put you down, human nature, we want to pick those stones up and throw them back. But why don't you do this? And I work on this too daily, because I don't have a temper, but I have a thing I tell you like it is. And if you don't like it, I tell you, hey, look, okay, man, you'll eat through a straw. Keep talking to me like that. Keep talking at me sideways. I come stab you in the neck with a fork. I work on that every day. But it's like this. If somebody's throwing rocks at you, all I tell you to do is bob and weave and go buy you a daggone catcher's mitt, first base catcher's mitt. Bob and weave and catch all them rocks. And build yourself an empire. And keep building it. And be successful. Until the haters come and ask you for a job. Keep building your empire. Keep putting God first, and keep doing what you need to do to get to the next level. Be better today for tomorrow, and be better tomorrow than you were yesterday. Hustle so hard that eventually the haters come ask you if you're hiring. You can hire me if you want. Not everybody in your boat is helping you paddle. You might have 10 or 15 people in your boat, and you might be at the front directing traffic like George Washington coming across the bay, and you paddling your heart out trying to get to the other side, and you got 6 people in the back going, yeah, Jay, keep paddling, Jay, keep paddling. And them suckers back there drilling holes. So be careful who you let in your circle, because not everybody in your circle might not be pushing forward. But genuinely, most people want people to succeed. I never understood why another human being would talk down to another human being trying to better themselves, to belittle them, to be a narcissist, to push them down. If I had somebody that worked for me, and let's say I was paying him all I could pay him, you got time invested in them to push them to the next level. You're physically impacting another human being. Just like with my boys. When I tell them something, they look at me, oh yeah, whatever. But you're physically impacting their life in a positive way. Right? So when somebody is around you and they look up to you and they are trying to be open-minded and absorb as much as they can absorb from you. And then they take what you showed them or they watched you do, and they improve on it and make it better than what you was doing, and they positively impact their life. That's epic. That's deep, because you physically impacted somebody else's life to make their life better. That means a part of you is with that person and they went on. And they are positive, changing their life. That happens in negativity too. So if you negatively hurt somebody, they take that. And you can do one or two things. You can be bitter and ill and whatever and resentful and just lash out to everybody, or take that negative and turn it into a positive and learn and put a wrinkle in your brain and go, mental note, I'm not doing that because the last time I done that, I got burnt and I'm not getting burnt no more. So you put up walls and you keep digging. But if somebody was working for me and they came up to me and said, hey man, I appreciate everything, but I got a job offer, so-and-so, this is what I'm gonna do, and I think it's the best thing for me to do. I prayed about it, and I think this, for me right now, is the best time for me to turn the page and do this. You got two choices. One, you can flip off the handle and get all pissed off and mad at the person. Like, okay, man, get your stuff and get out. Blah, blah, blah. Or two, you say, man, I'm glad. I hope it works out for you. If you need anything, let me know. If it don't work out, come back and see me. Never burn a bridge, because you might have to cross that bridge one day to come back. If a man is trying to better himself, I don't know why another human being wouldn't support that. A lot of people hold grudges. They go their whole life, be mad at the world, their whole life. Spend their whole life just mad, just mad at everything, just mad. Wasted all that energy, just mad. Lay it on your deathbed, sitting there just mad. Just ornery as everything. Too ornery to die. And it done what? What did it solve? Not a single thing. You still gonna die. You either going up or you going down. You either gonna be saved or you gonna be lost. But look at all them people you affected in a negative way your whole life, just being just a ornery son of a gun. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Last 2 years has really opened my eyes on stuff. Don't use that rag to wipe nothing. Somebody's throwing stones at you, don't worry about it. Take them stones, build an empire, and then when they come begging for a job, you do what you want to. You want to hire them, hire them. You want to tell them burn the road up. It's like a lieutenant told me one time when I was in the Navy. He was enlisted. He was at a duty station. This guy came up to him where he was at a duty station, and he was just, you ever been in a job that just, you never, I mean, it didn't matter if you was daggone doing everything by the book, by the letter, you got somebody just always on you, always on you. I've had that. I stomp them in the nose. They said, they'll fire you. I said, guess what? I was looking for a job when I got here. I'll be looking for when I leave. Man, you don't own me. You don't own me. Anyways, this guy made his life a living just terrible. Wrote him up, stupid stuff, just whatever, just whatever. Fast forward about 15 years later, this guy was enlisted. He went through the officer program as well. He said he got to be, ended up being a lieutenant. He was at a duty station. He gets to that duty station and everybody's out there all suited and booted. Everything's all just, everybody's attention sitting there. You just thump a rubber band, and they bounce out. You take a quarter and ding. Going down the list, everybody's, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Nice to meet you, sir. All the way down, He gets to this one guy and he looks at him. He calls him by name and he says, yes, sir. Looking forward to working with you. Now remember, this guy didn't really move up that much. He's still enlisted. So now he is under the lieutenant. Even though this guy's got more time under his belt, the lieutenant got more brass on the shoulders. Guy looks at him. He says, I'm looking forward to working with you. He said, yes, sir, me too. Yes, sir. Yes, he's so busy, got his nose so far up his butt, it ain't clicked in his brain, his name yet. The lieutenant starts shaking his hand. He looks at him. He said, "You don't remember me, do you, sir?" He says, "No, sir, I don't remember. I do." And he's like, "No, sir, I don't recall. I don't recall. I don't recall." He said, "You remember back in such and such at duty station such and such, you know, you had a young person that was under you and their name was such and such." He said, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I do. I believe. Yep. Yes, sir." I mean, he's just sucking just as hard as he could go. He said, "That's me." All of a sudden, it's like, his face went blank. He looked at him and he said, "Next 2 years is going to be amazing." And that guy just looked at him. He says, "Don't put in no transfer papers because I'm not going to sign them. Just like you wouldn't sign none of my transfer papers the whole 2 years I was under you." He just looked at him. The guy's just... Lieutenant looked at him and said, "I will tell you one thing for you that you can think about over the 96-hour liberty this weekend. Be careful of the toes you step on today. Might be connected to the ass you got to kiss tomorrow, and you're going to be doing a whole lot of ass kissing." Look, it don't cost a dime to be kind to folks, people. I'm telling you, don't worry about what the man up the road's doing. Don't worry about what the man down the road's doing. Sweep off your own front porch before you worry about sweeping off anybody else. Put God first. Let the loose end drag. Peace, love, and chicken grease. I gotta go.